Silence.
Frank Herbert's inspiration for Dune includes several fascinating threads. Though the original idea germinated in Oregon's coastal sand dunes, Herbert took a lot from Middle Eastern religious practices, the feudalism of the Middle Ages, and even his own drug consumption.
We are House Atreides. There is no call we do not answer. There is no faith that we betray. The Emperor asks us to bring peace.
We're good to go.
With all the inspiration surrounding the film, we wanted to take a look back at the first one and go through some of the scenes and see which ones overshadowed other franchises.
No! Duncan!
Oh, no!
Duncan, no! No! Duncan, no!
He's locked the door.
But before we get into more of these moments, today's trivia question. 𝘪𝘁𝗶𝗄𝘃 is the producer of the first film and has been a producer for quite a while now, being known for Godzilla vs. Kong and Enola Holmes and its sequel. What other films is she set to produce in the near future? Leave your guesses in the comments down below and stick around to the end of the video to find out if your answer was correct. During an interview with a separate filmmaker, he mentioned the visual references to other films. He gave an example of the scene with the Baron in the steam bath and wipes his head, referencing this moment from Apocalypse Now.
A dangerous, jealous man.
When the family is standing in the ship while the door opens as they first arrive in Arrakis, the overwhelming white light coming from outside, especially as seen from behind the characters, reminded me a lot of the room from Arrival that most of the interactions with the aliens happen.
So what happens now?
They'll call the carry-all to lift the crawler. They'll harvest right into the last minute.
Carry-all Alpha Zero, ready for docking sequence. Contact 5 minutes. Over.
James Cameron even once said that it was comparable to Lord of the Rings. The thing that strikes me about Dune is that it's truly epic, Cameron said. When I use the word epic, I'm using it in a very specific way, meaning like a David Lean film or to a very large extent like Lord of the Rings films.
Theatrical experience will prevail. I think that we need this kind of massive, immersive, physical, as you rightly said, because the sound is with Atmos system or IMAX is so, it becomes physical almost. It's like it's something that it cannot be reproduced at home, and there's nothing more powerful.
He even went on to speak on the side of Marvel. When I think of films that have epic events in them, like let's say Marvel Universe films, where whole cities get destroyed and so on, they don't feel epic to me. You seem to have the discipline, the vocabulary, and actual epic filmmaking, that kind of grand frame that's just presented and takes its time with the music and so on.
Like, let's say, a Marvel Universe film where whole cities get destroyed and so on, they don't feel epic to me. But you seem to have the discipline, the vocabulary of actual epic filmmaking, that kind of grand proscenium frame that's just presented and takes its time with the music and so on.
And speaking of Marvel, he too joined the conversation in the comparison with Marvel films, seeing as how he was the star of one as well as in Dune. He explains that MCU films are much more impromptu on set in regard to story changes, while Dune was consistent the entire time.
I said I'd set her free. that you could join her. So join her.
But real quick, make sure you guys check out our Instagram page, linked down in the description. There's a ton of interview moments and memes, so make sure you check it out and give us a follow. In Roland's words, because Marvel would release pages to make you think it was one thing, and then you would change it and do it, that was annoying. But with Dune, it's all out there. You have a book, you have source material. It's kind of tough to hide it, even though it's a very loyal adaptation.
You're not taking me seriously.
That's why you want to come with me. Listen, dreams make good stories, but everything important happens when we're awake. Because that's when we make things happen. Look at you. Put on some muscle?
I did?
No.
Comparing Dune to the Marvel Cinematic Universe or the DC Extended Universe is a bit like comparing apples to oranges. The point isn't which franchise is better in terms of storytelling or cinematic value, but which one might have the biggest impact on shaping pop culture in the upcoming decade.
Sci-fi films often have a tendency to be slightly ridiculous because everybody's trying to be as inventive as possible in coming up with gadgets that we don't have today. But here it's very sort of scaled down. It's very pure. It's a universe that you've never seen before.
From Star Wars, The Matrix, and Blade Runner to Game of Thrones and Avatar, Dune's influence can be seen in their explorations of environmental themes, existential symbolism, immersive world building, as well as dynamic characters with their intriguing political, psychological, and social makeups. On the flip side, we can talk about Dune Part 2 that is set to release next month, with the premise covering the second part of the original book. The idea for the desert planet of Dune was based on Herbert's experiences at the Oregon Dune during the 1950s.
It's not safe for you here.
Will you tell the great house of the Landsrat how we were betrayed? How the best of them was murdered?
I am commanded to say nothing. To see nothing.
The Emperor sent us here to die.
Dave Bautista even came forward and spoke about the difference to his character in Dune in Guardians of the Galaxy. The thing with this character was it gave me an opportunity to showcase a different type of performance, and that's what I really love about working with Dennis. I get an opportunity to show myself as a performer in a different light. The role really just gives me the opportunity to just play these like really, really deep characters.
The Duke's son lives.
No, Atreides will live.
My lord, you gave your word to the witch. She sees too much.
I said I would not harm them, and I shall not. But Arrakis is Arrakis. And the desert takes the weak.
And as far as the answer to our trivia question, 𝘪𝘁𝗵 is set to produce Godzilla vs. Kong, The New Empire, Minecraft in 2025, and Beyblade.
Follow the friend. You have much to learn. I will show you the ways of the desert. Come with me.
But we wanted to turn this around to you guys. What are your thoughts on all of this, and what do you expect from Dune Part 2? Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on for more videos just like this. That's it for today though. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye guys.